In the start of this part, we see that the Jinhyuk is smiling and also looking very excited. Nirasha is powering up. A picture of God appears behind her, and she is getting surrounded by yellow aura. She interlinked herself with the god of destruction Shiva. Jinhyuk is still smiling and trying to hold himself. He thought to himself and wondered how she has Mandala's blessing. She has this because she was piggybacking the god of destruction Shiva. Power-up is completed. She is looking very dangerous with a monstrous smile on her face. She is looking very powerful. She says to Jinhyuk with a smile and yellow eyes, "Aren't you well aware that the Emperor of the Empire is over 4? They managed to avoid their downfall this time thanks to you." We see that the Yusung, Teresa, Abraham, who is carrying the Emperor, and Mackenzie, who is carrying the Pinheimer, are running from the Binchtelen soldiers. Yusung throws a coin at the treasure, which results in activating the traps for the gravediggers. The traps consist of arrows and iron ball with spikes. Arun and Chandra are struggling in dodging them. Nirasha continues her talk, saying that it's only a temporary solution. Junhyuk, do you really think that there are still people out there who will support the Emperor who has done nothing for the Empire for a long time? She asks him while smiling that they should not waste their energy here and join hands. Jinhyuk smiles and says that you're right. I assume there are only Pinheimer and a few of his close personnel who are willing to support the Emperor at this point in time. That's why I went around convincing a few people. We see the Archbishop, twins, and other sisters waiting for them. Injured Pinheimer looks at the Archbishop with a sad face and asks her, "Why are you here?" The Archbishop catches the Pinheimer and says, "My old love, how did you get yourself in this bad situation?" Archbishop is using her magic to stop the bleeding of the Pinheimer. She is using the sacred healing to heal him. Archbishop reveals that her child told her that there is an ominous force preparing an uprising to harm His Majesty. She is still holding the Pinheimer in her hands. She says that I assumed this was why contact with the capital was cut off. She says to Pinheimer that he did well on his own. Binchtelen appears there with Chandra and Arun. He is looking very exhausted. He points his finger towards the Archbishop and asks her why she is here. Archbishop raises her fist with holy on her finger and tells him that she is here to crush the skulls of the like of you, traitors. She says to Abraham and Teresa that they'll take care of things here, so take the Emperor somewhere safe. Binchtelen says to her that you stupid paladins, don't you get it? Do you really think you will make a difference? Binchtelen raises his hand and activates the command signal. Now he can transfer sound within the range. He is asking for the attention of all the soldiers of the capital. He tells them that the Emperor has betrayed his people, and he's trying to hand over the empire to foreigner. He is making a very evil face and orders all the soldiers, saying that for the sake of the empire, dethrone the empire. We see two soldiers are talking to each other about what Binchtelen says to them. They are wondering if what he is saying is true or not. They see Mackenzie, Teresa, and Abraham running with the Emperor. Soldier sees them and asks the other soldier, "What should we do?" Soldier starts running before them and says, "Catch him." We see one soldier get attacked by the Archbishop very badly. He coughed out blood from his mouth and nose. She makes an angry face with smoke coming out from her fist. She says that Binchtelen is making this quite annoying for them. Archbishop hits close her fist and orders the other sisters that they should not kill unless it is necessary, and just beat the soldiers enough to knock them out. May the blessing of light with you. Arun and Chandra are also there. Chandra tells Arun while running that the things are getting complex. Arun says that they'll catch the Emperor. Someone stop them. We see that the twins are there. Girl asks them if they are going to play with them. She is holding a black stick-like weapon. Boy says, player versus player. Chandra sends a message to Nirasha saying that they need reinforcements because paladins are in their way. Nirasha sees the message. After reading that, she makes a little annoyed face and says that so they did prepare a backup plan. They're making it hard to make a profit. She says to Jinhyuk that the only choice I has is to defeat you right here, and OG kill the Emperor myself. Yellow aura surround while she runs to attack Jinhyuk. She says that she will not kill him, since that would be a waste of talent. Well, that's if you can withstand this. She attacks him with a death roll chakram. Jinhyuk dodged that attack, but this is not the end. The death roll chakram takes a round and comes back to attack him again. Jinhyuk dodged that one attack again and again. She jumps to attack him again. Jinhyuk is also holding his dagger on his right hand. She uses the attack, God of Destruction Shiva, Vinash. Vinash means destruction. Jinhyuk crosses his hands to stop the attack. Jinhyuk is not looking worried. Her attack hit the Jinhyuk. Because of her attack, Jinhyuk goes flying while piercing through the ground. Jinhyuk lands on the ground floor. So much smoke and flying debris. Nirasha also came down on the ground floor. Jinhyuk says from smoke, "You know, even if you have a god carrying you, we're in the royal tomb, you know? Don't you think it's a bit rude to destroy the place like this?" When smoke clears, we see that the Jinhyuk is sitting on some red thing. Nirasha says while saying, "Who cares? They're just the tower's residents anyway. Whether I destroy it or not has nothing to do with if I can climb the Tower of Trails." She sees Jinhyuk and says that you should stop that. She asks him, "Are you really going to use the Heaven's Designation Stone? Doing something like that so rashly might end up making a god hate." Now she is looking somewhat worried. Jinhyuk holds the Designation Stone while smiling and says, "Hate? I'm used to gods hating me. And hating is only possible if they're paying attention to me." He is about to use the Heaven's Designation Stone. System says, "Activation Heaven's Designation Stone." Attempting to connect to a god of the upper levels. Nirash is feeling the pressure. She says, "You insane bastard." We see that everything turns red. System tells them that the upper level being has responded to Jinhyuk call. The higher being wishes to manifest to this realm. The restrictions of the tower prevent the manifestation from taking place. Due to the restrictions, you can only converse with the god through the Designation Stone. God angrily says to Jinhyuk, "Who dare?" System tells them that the higher being is breaking the restriction and attempting manifestation. The higher being appears there. System says, the higher being has forcefully broken the tower's restrictions and is being manifested. In a chilling moment, God's once serene expression twists into an evil grin, surrounded by a crimson aura pulsating with sinister energy. He addresses Jinhyuk with a mix of disbelief and disdain. "You reject my offer to become a dark disciple, yet you seek my audience again?" God's voice reverberates with ominous power. Jinhyuk, now alert, meets God's gaze with determination. He faces the entity known as Rotting Heart Varial, his resolve unshaken. "Why not tell me what you did back then?" God's words cut through the tension. "But this time to my face." As Jinhyuk braces himself, ready to confront his past, the chamber fills with an eerie glow, casting shadows that seem to dance with the impending confrontation. In this moment, the fate of Jinhyuk and perhaps all creation hangs in the balance. This is the end of the video. Subscribe for the next part.